I want to show you guys the beautiful spring weather that we have in New York City today. It's just absolutely amazing. Look at this. If you can't tell, if you really can't tell, if you want me to just say it outright, it's fucking blizzardy. It's fucking snowing. Massive blizzard. You already know how it is. But us New Yorkers, we got that. We're not scared. We're prepared for anything. Especially if you're a photographer. No excuses. Gotta still make the money. Okay, all jokes aside. Don't make excuses for yourself. The fact that it's snowing out does not mean that you should skip your outreach if you're in New York City, if you're anywhere in the US right now experiencing what we're experiencing, or you're anywhere in the world right now where there's a blizzard. Do not make excuses to your outreach. Second thing, let's talk a little bit about life. Because on this 5K journey where, I was grinding and my entire life was just about business and about work, and it was all seemingly going well, I was burning out a lot and I wasn't actually really enjoying my life. I was doing something I loved. Obviously, I love photography so much. If you tell me like, you can only do one thing for the rest of your life, it's like, I don't really believe in having one job for the rest of your life. I feel like, either way, I'm gonna be that kind of person who's just gonna like switch over time. But this thing, bro, this is just so cool to me. Like taking photos, taking videos. I love creating, and it will always be something just ingrained in me. I'm always gonna love that. So, I'm doing something I love. It's, it's always gonna be there. But there's a difference between doing it when you want to and doing it every single day because you have to. Most people get successful because they want to, not because they need to. In my situation, it's a bit of both. So that's why that urgency was there. But anyways, you can find that when you do something for a prolonged period of time, you start to get a bit bored of the thing. You start to hate your work. And it hasn't happened to me yet, but I'm seeing signs of it. Because it's impossible to burn out when you're actually doing something you love every day. It's like, take for example, someone, average person, how could they burn out doom scrolling on Instagram when they're just scrolling like this? How could they burn out? You can't. You can't burn out when you do something you genuinely like and it gives you pleasure, And I thought it was that way with photography, but I was burning out a lot. So here's my point. I want to start this next 5K because my work period is over. My rest period is over now. Now I'm just on to work. I did my outreach for the day. I did some in-person outreach as well. So I'm already like locked in on business. I've switched gears now. This 5K is going to be more work than the last month because I also got to close the deals and actually like get paid for them and do the work for the last month. So it's like that plus getting new ones plus doing work. It's a lot. And I want to start enjoying the process more. I want to start enjoying my life more. I'm 17 years old. I'm on this journey. Of course it's hard, but it's like I'm going to be looking back at these years knowing that I had the energy. I had the the time. I don't know what life is going to throw at me when I'm 20, 30 years old, 40, 50, 60 years old. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do what I want to every day. Where am I getting at with all of this? There is something that's been always very, very hard for me to do, but I always loved and I never regretted, and that is waking up early. And to me, every single morning when I'd wake up at like 4, 5 a.m., those were those mornings. Like the energy, the way I would carry myself that day, it just completely set the stage for everything I did. The workouts I hit that day were so much better. The food I'd eat that day were so much better. The people I talked to, the way I talked to, it was just so much better. Something about waking up early to me makes me go into a different flow state. It's hard to describe, but it's just complete peace knowing that you're more productive than the entire world doing something you actually know is hard and you're enjoying it the whole way through. It's just beautiful. I've said on this channel before that I want to wake up early. I have not been very successful in that thing because this is one thing that's required a lot of discipline from me from the past. I want to start waking up early. So with all of that being said, I want to use this YouTube channel as kind of like a documentation for this journey as well. I want to start waking up early, actually enjoying my life, living it to the fullest, and doing something I love while also keeping Jesus Christ close and present in my heart. And, you know, doing hard things is fun. I don't know how to explain it to you, but I feel like there's cycles in life where you need to just shift into doing more fun and hard things, and I feel like waking up early is one of them. Regardless, you guys don't want to hear about waking up early. What you guys do want to hear about is how's the business going. Well, today I had an interesting encounter because although I did in my outreach, I had one pretty big client, honestly. It's a gym that, you know, I want to take pictures for, like website pictures. They reached out to me first. I was in contact with this gym for the past year now, trying to get a job, and they were always just kind of like ghosting me here and there. Today, they responded just out of the blue, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. But I ain't really, you know, overhype anything because I know how these things can go. Sometimes they can fail, they can backfire. But, you know, I'm texting this person because they reached out to me on Instagram, owner of the gym. And, or at least that's what I think. So I think it was the owner, but we'll never know. Social media person for this gym. Text me on Instagram. How much do you charge for photos? This is a lesson for you guys. Never put your price in the DMs. So what I do is I can't give you a price because I don't know exactly what you need for this project. I don't know exactly what you're looking for. They tell me exactly what they're looking for. You still don't give the price. You ask for a budget. So I ask, what's your budget? Ghost. Nothing. Here's where I made the mistake. I should have left it at that. I should have waited patiently to discover their situation more, to ask for their budget. But instead, your boy was too excited. He was like, this is a big gym with a lot of money. They want photos. I'm gonna just hit them with the price. I hit them with the price. And they say, that's out of our budget. And I'm like, oh shit, well, can't go lower now because now it's gonna look a bit desperate. So I make an offer with them. I'm like, I'll do this for you for free if you give me a gym membership for a year in exchange. That gym membership for a year would equate to around like $700. And I thought it was worth it. But they clearly didn't. And they said, no, we don't want to work with you. So it was interesting because I'm looking back at that scenario and I'm thinking, what could I have done differently? Because of course, like asking for their situation and the details of the project and also the budget were very important things. But like, why did they reject me? It's seemingly a simple thing for them to do. It doesn't cost them any money to give me a free membership. So I'm wondering why, but I guess we'll never know. Tried calling the owner, texting the owner, silent, no response. So, you know, I'm a bit disappointed at that. But what I will say is I did some in-person outreach. I think it was yesterday. And I won't show you because this is going to be an invasion of privacy. But here's one business I outreached to. That's their email. And then here's another. I can't really show you because the email. Here's another business I reached out to, and then that's the full email, gmail.com, whatever you see. So I have some people to reach out to. Maybe I'm gonna get some nice little jobs, maybe not, who knows. In-person outreach beats anything. When people can see your face, hear your voice, touch you, well, that's weird. When people can see you in real life, the chances that you close them are so much higher. So that's why I encourage all of you to get on calls with your clients, get on, in-person interviews. It helps tremendously. Takes a little bit of their time and your time, but when you're serious, then it always pays off. And I think, all things being considered, I think if that gym, I just said, hey, let's cut this conversation. Let me pull up to your place, in-person interview, and let's do it. I think that would have solved everything, and I wouldn't be this. I want to be in this pickle right now. I don't know what to do, honestly. But yeah, maybe I'm just too needy about this one client. Maybe I'm just dreaming too much. I should just move on, go to the next. It's also something I'm learning through this entire process, by the way. I don't have it all figured out. I am a 17-year-old kid, no different in mentality than you, going through life, figuring it out. I spent all my money on this thing, every last penny, and so far it's making itself back. But, took a lot of risk and dedication and time and perseverance to get here, and it will take a lot more of that to get further. And of course, Jesus Christ is with me and you guys, and he's the way, the truth, and life. So praise him. He'll give you everything you need. Peace.